President Kiir returns to Juba following his participation in the African Union Summit in Addis Ababa. Global Tourism Resilience Day Conference and Expo kicks off in Nairobi. And Juba Yei Road rehabilitation to begin soon as officials visit the site. Hello and welcome to Ssbc English News, coming to live in Juba City with me, Abraham Ken. Thank you all for joining us. We begin our news for tonight with President Kiir returning to Juba following his participation in the 39th ordinary session of the African Union Heads of State and Government Summit held in Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa. While in that country, the president addressed the summit, outlining the country's political developments and reaffirmed the government's commitment to constitutional order and preparations for the December 2026 general elections. Upon arrival at the airport, Foreign Affairs Minister Monday Sumaya Kumba says the president engaged in a series of bilateral meetings with his counterparts aimed at strengthening regional cooperation and advancing South Sudan's economic and security interest. The Vice President for Infrastructure Cluster Taban Dengai and other senior government officials received the president at the airport on Monday.
His Excellency the President and his accompanying ministers attended the C5+ summit, which was held in Ethiopia on South Sudan, chaired by His Excellency Cyril Ramaphosa, the President of the Republic of South Africa. And in that important event, His Excellency the President of the Republic and the accompanying ministers delivered a very detailed and important report and a statement on the general situation in South Sudan, with the main focus on the general political situation in the country, the preparation for the elections, and the last decision of the extended presidency, in which highlighted the important political engagements in the country. In his remark, His Excellency the President made it clear to the head of states and the representative attended that the government of the Republic of South Sudan, under his leadership, has and will not have any intention for the extension of the existing transitional government. And again, he also indicated and reiterated the importance of the fact that the government of the Republic of South Sudan, under his leadership, is committed to hold the election in December 2026. And he urged the leadership of the African continent and other global partners to support the Republic of South Sudan and its path to meet the needs and the expectations of the people of the South Sudan. In that important meeting, the C5 and all the members attended that important event, endorsed the request from His Excellency the President, and approved the commencement of election in December 2026, and also they appreciate the decision of the President of no extension for the transitional government of national.
Egypt has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting South Sudan in capacity building programs. This follows a meeting between the Vice President for Service Cluster, Josephine Joseph Lagu, and Egyptian Ambassador Azam Fauzi, with discussion focusing on consolidating bilateral cooperation between Juba and Cairo, particularly in education, health, and humanitarian sectors. The Vice President emphasized the importance of sustained collaboration to improve service delivery across South Sudan.
We discussed the way to strengthen these relations in these many fields, mainly the fields of education, higher education, and health and humanitarian affairs. I'm totally appreciating Her Excellency and open to enrich our discussions in the future regarding all the fields of bilateral cooperation.
The two leaders discussed on strengthening bilateral relations between Egypt and South Sudan. Her Excellency thanked the ambassador and stated that South Sudan has a historic relations since we are from the same region. The ambassador promised to keep supporting South Sudan by giving scholarships and capacity building.
Following his consultation with the national leadership, the governor of Lake State, Madang Majokman, accompanied by high-profile officials, arrived in Wairial County as he heads to the capital, Rumbek, to assume his responsibilities. Thousands who received the governor in Minkaman expressed hope for security stability in Lake State. Speaking to Ssbc after the rally, Lake State Information Minister Paul Chabiat says peace and security are the top priorities of the governor.
Thank you very much, Mayang Majak. Since the appointment of our governor on the 19th of January, he has consulted with the people of Lake State in Juba in a consultative conference and told the people of Lake State that his top priority is to maintain and consolidate our peace and stability, and as well embarking on development of the state, especially key infrastructure such as health, education, and physical infrastructure of the state. So this is the top government agenda of our governor, and today he is in Wairial County, the territory of Lake State, and the first state and the first county of the state for him to visit. So from tomorrow he will proceed to the other counties of Greater Yerul. We are expecting our governor by Thursday. He should be in the state headquarters after visiting Yerul West, Yerul East, and Rumbek East County. So he will be in the state headquarters, God willing, by
The Secretary General of the SPLM, Dr. Paul Kodis, has underscored the importance of translating the party's policies into tangible results for citizens, emphasizing effective service delivery as essential to rebuilding public trust and strengthening the party's mission and vision ahead of the December general elections. Dr. Kodit made the remarks during a meeting with the Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Lily Albino Kolakol, who reaffirmed commitment to aligning the ministry's programs with the SPLM's policy of revitalizing agriculture to ensure food security. During the meeting, Dr. Kodit reiterated the SPLM's unwavering commitment to reviving and driving its development agenda, stressing that agriculture remains a strategic pillar of the party's vision for economic stability, inclusive growth, and sustainable nation building.
We had a very good meeting. We discussed important policies of the party, especially policies that pertain to agricultural development and provision of food security to all South Sudanese, as well as the issues of rural development. So this is just the beginning, and during the meeting we also agreed to continue aligning the policies that we are implementing as a party, together with the policies of services delivery to our people, especially the...
Now, the Minister of Information, Communication, Technology and Postal Services, Ateng Wegateng, and the World Bank Country Manager, Charles Handelan, have reviewed the progress of the East Africa Digital Regional Integration Project, an initiative aimed at connecting South Sudan to the regional and global digital networks through fiber optic infrastructure. Duku Wilson reports.
The meeting focused on the implementation of the fiber optic infrastructure project designed to connect South Sudan to regional and global digital networks. Speaking to Ssbc after the engagement, Minister Ateng Wegateng described the discussions as constructive and forward-looking, emphasizing the government's commitment to ensuring timely delivery of the project.
This morning I had a meeting with Mr. Charles Handelan, the South Sudan World Bank manager. And the reason for the meeting this morning is to actually ask him to tell us exactly how the project of the Eastern Africa Digital Regional Integration Project has actually gone to, what level.
The minister noted that while the project has faced challenges in the past, renewed coordination between stakeholders is expected to accelerate progress.
He actually explained well about how the project is now moving. It has been overdue because there are some times that has been lost in the project. Nonetheless, they are now speeding to ensure they meet the timeline for the implementation of this project. Of course, cyber optics would, if properly handled, it will actually be helping communications in South Sudan, particularly on the area of internet, and which also helped in making business booming in the country.
The World Bank country manager reaffirmed the institution's commitment to supporting South Sudan's digital transformation agenda.
The topic of our meeting today was really around the project that the World Bank Group is financing to build the fiber optic cable, or lay the fiber optic cable from Kenya, from the Kenyan border to Juba, and then going into the northeast and northwestern parts of the country. We're very excited about this project because this project should introduce redundancy in terms of connectivity between South Sudan and the world for digital communications.
He underscored the broader development impact expected from the investment.
Through increased competition that will be provided by this, it should increase both the quality and the affordability of digital connectivity for all South Sudanese. We as the World Bank are committed to working with government, to working with all the South Sudanese partners to try and deliver development, to try and deliver benefits, and to try and deliver a better future for all South Sudanese.
The project is also expected to expand internet access to public institutions, including universities, thereby supporting digital inclusion and national development priorities. For Ssbc News, I am Duku Wilson.
The governor of Central Equatorial State, Emmanuel Hadil Anthony, has briefed the National Minister of Health, Sarah Equatorial, on the health situation in the state, particularly Juba. Following this comprehensive briefing, Minister Sarah says discussions broadly focused on health infrastructure, access to services, and rising drug abuse among the youth, with Governor Emmanuel Hadil Anthony highlighting that lack of funding remains a major challenge hindering health services delivery in the state.
And we discussed about certain issues with regard to infrastructure, service delivery, especially around in the areas of health centers around the state, and then also other concerns in terms of drug abuse among youth in the state. We also talk about how to support our professionals in terms of training and also deployment. And the first visit is going to be to Tali Primary Healthcare Center to visit the facility together with the Minister of the State.
We in Central Equatorial State have equally a lot of challenges surrounding our health, especially funding. Although we are aware that most of the funding from our donor communities have subsidized or have been reduced. So we are discussing ways on how we bridge that gap. And what is very important is that we want to appeal to all stakeholders, especially that we are working out on the budget for our members of parliament to increase on the health budget. We in the state, we actually have to do similar things. For one, to improve on our facilities, have training for professionals, and even deliver better services. They have mapped 2 facilities as pilot, Tali, private healthcare centers, and we are requested that we request that it be upgraded to a hospital so that surgery and others.
Djibouti has expressed readiness to enhance cooperation with South Sudan, particularly in facilitating access to Djiboutian ports. The assurance comes during a visit by South Sudan's Minister of Transport, Rizik Zakaria Hassan, to Djibouti Ports and Free Zones Authority. While in Djibouti, the delegation attended the ministerial and technical meetings on the establishment of DESU, Djibouti, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Uganda corridor. Transport Ministries Under Secretary Paul Delgum says South Sudan looks forward to using Djibouti as an additional gateway for international trade.
South Sudan being one of the landlocked countries in the region, we are looking forward to ensure that Djibouti become one of our international outlets where it will facilitate the trade and the transportation between Djibouti, Ethiopia to South Sudan. As we all know, we have issues with our oil exports and other goods inside the country into the international markets. Djibouti corridor will serve as the shortest distance that will link our country to the port in Djibouti. And I appreciate Mr. Abubakar, the chairman, for his warm welcome and for his readiness to ensure that he supports South Sudan to make sure South Sudan benefits from this initiative.
It's a very good opportunity, and we are very happy to open South Sudan to the Red Sea. It's a shorter distance because everything in transport and logistics is about.
To Nairobi now, where South Sudan has participated in the 4th Global Tourism Resilience Day Conference and Expo at the Kenyatta International Convention Center. The forum, organized by Kenyan Ministry of Transport and Wildlife in collaboration with the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center, focuses on strengthening sustainable tourism under the theme Tourism Resilience in Action. John Tabanwani reports from Nairobi.
The Kenyan Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, in partnership with the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center, organized the 4th Global Tourism Resilience Day Conference and Expo in Nairobi. This event seeks to mobilize financial resources from the public and private sectors to funding sustainable tourism development, enhancing regional cooperation and policy coherence for tourism resilience. In her opening remark, the Kenyan Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, Rebecca Maino, says tourism resilience is no longer optional but essential.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here at a point in time when resilience is no longer optional but essential. We are reminded that preparedness is the new competitiveness. Whoever is not prepared will never be competitive.
South Sudanese Minister of Wildlife Conservation and Tourism, Dinai Jokshogor, says human connections start with tourism.
And personally, I think that human connections start with tourism. And in business and investors that you are interacting with here in Kenya, once came to Kenya as a tourist. You should know that. And you too, going to another country to invest or to explore, you once go to that country as a visitor. That means human connections starts with tourism.
The founder of Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center, who also the Jamaican Minister of Tourism, says climate impacts of change, geopolitical and economic crisis, misinformation and disinformation all affect the tourism sector.
We gather at a moment shaped by multiple overlapping crises. A climate crisis, bringing stronger storm floods, droughts, wildfires, an economic crisis marked by inflation, high debt, rising energy costs. Fifth, a security crisis where instability and safety concerns can weaken visitor confidence. And sixth, and an accelerated digital crisis where cyber threats can shut down systems, expose data, interrupt payments and travel operations, and where misinformation and disinformation can damage a destination's reputation in hours, undermining trust with a single false narrative.
In the high-level panel on resilience policy in practice, Dinai Jokshogor indicates the government is working to moderate taxes for investors willing to venture into the tourism sector in South Sudan.
We are working on making sure that any investor who wants to invest in South Sudan in tourism would pay the lowest tax ever. Investors who are investing in that sector should not be punished with a lot of taxes. And so we want to take that up, that when an investor comes to East Africa, look for where they can invest in tourism. They compare the tax, they will see that South Sudan actually deducts lower taxes.
This high-level global forum brings together representatives from governments, international organizations, private sector's leaders, and development partners to advance solutions for tourism resilience. John Tabanwani, SSBC, Nairobi, Kenya.
Central Equatorial State Governor Emmanuel Hadil Anthony engages in discussions with members of the State Youth Union Steering Committee ahead of the 3rd Youth Union Convention. Speaking to SSBC, the team leader Joel Lasuk says they briefed the governor on preparations for the convention. The Director General in the State Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, Emmanuel Ladukose, says the ministry fully supports the union for the success of convention.
We visited him purposely to introduce ourselves and to also inform him about some of the major steps that the steering committee have taken so far. The major step that my leadership and my team have already undertaken toward this is that we were able to form 2 important committees. One of the important committees, the Budget Development or Budget Trapping Committee, which will work on the budget of this very important youth convention. The other committee is the Constitution Review, and only that we are transitioning the leadership. For this reason, the Constitution will only be reviewed where it is deemed necessary by the legal personnel.
The ministry take this step to reconstitute the committee to organize the election for the youth of Central Equatorial State to elect a new youth leadership. And therefore, we took also the initiative to present this committee for the guidance and support from the leadership of the state under His Excellency Emmanuel Hadil Anthony.
Still on youth programs, Jonglei State Minister of Cabinet Affairs Kwon Yen Nguyen has assured youth of the government's commitment to supporting youth union activities. The minister made the remarks during the convention of the newly elected chairperson of the State Youth Union, Tut Bangwadeng. The State Minister of Information, Communication and Postal Services, Mamir Lony, urges young people to cooperate with the government for sustainable development.
The Governor of Jonglei State, Mr. Gaiko, and also His Excellency the Deputy Governor of Jonglei State to come and grace and witness this convention in the electoral process for Jonglei State. I was privileged in the one task, accompanied by my colleague, Minister of Information, who is also representing His Excellency the Governor and also the Deputy Governor of the University. I would like to say that the theme of this event is centered on peace and unity and progress for development through youth in South Sudan. This is a theme that as a government we really and truly associate ourselves with because it is part and parcel. Youth have a very important role in nation building.
Team who have served the people of Jonglei State and the youth for the period of time that he occupied the seat of the chairperson of Youth Union. Mr. Wal has really tried in all ways possible to carry out the message of peace to the people and the youth of Jonglei State. I would also like to encourage him to continue serving in a different way. Even if he's not as a chairperson now, he can still serve the people and the youth of Jonglei State in a different place or a position. I would also like to congratulate the incoming team, the chairperson, Mr. Todd Bangur, for his efforts that he has done with his team, and also for the vision they have for the youth of Jonglei State. I would like to urge the Youth Union of Jonglei State to cooperate fully with the Youth Union of
It's now time for break, and when we come back from there, we shall cross over to Northern Barkazal State, where trade union has elected Garang Majokngong as the new chairperson of the Trade Union Steering Committee. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Northern Barkazal State Trade Union General Assembly has elected Garang Majokngong as the new chairperson of the Trade Union Steering Committee. Several traders reaffirmed readiness to cooperate with the state government and the new steering committee to ensure smooth and successful business activities across the state. Speaking to the media, the newly elected chairperson Garang Majokngong pledges to work closely with members of the union to strengthen business operations and unity among traders in Northern Barkazal State.
And we also thank all the traders who are here for giving this chance to our brother Malin Majokngong. So we want to thank all the traders. This is the new leadership we are carrying now. So the new leadership is headed by our brother and also the chairman now, which is on day 10. The chairman now is Malin Majokngong.
عندنا مشاكل كثير ومشاكل قاعد قدامنا ده دار له إنسان عنده إكم إنسان بيعرف حق الناس إنسان بيعرف حقوق الناس تاجر ما في تاجر بدون حكومة وما في حكومة بدون تاجر. أنا من يوم الليلة ده بنقول لأخونا قرن مجوك نقول له مبروك ومن يوم الليلة ده باعتبار أنت رئيس غرفة تجارية نازل بارغزال المكلف لحد ما زغن بتاع انتخابات.
Crossing back to Jonglei State, where the Minister of Housing, Land and Public Utilities, Jacob Mayomchol, has commended the national government and partners for supporting grassroots development. He made the remarks after the completion of a road project in Lith Payam of Twitch East County. The minister also launched phase 2 of road renovation in Poktap, Duke County, linking Duke to Urol County to boost economic activities. State officials pledged cooperation with contractors to ensure success of the project.
To appreciate our government, the national government, under His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, for the initiative that we have negotiated with the partners, WFP, in which we are really appreciating as a public of Jonglei State, as the people of Jonglei State. We are very happy with this good work, and we wish all the partners which have not yet completed their section to restart the rehabilitation of roads from here to Akobo, from Poktap to Akobo, in which I will be heading to Poktap today and reopen the section from Poktap to Bajut and to...
the contractor has actually reached almost the provisional works they were tasked to do. And with the
guy tasked me to come and open officially the rehabilitation of road from Poktap to Bajut and from Bajut to...
Staff of the National Public Health Institute have officially welcomed Dr. Kidienda Moporakech as the new executive director. The National Public Health Institute plays a crucial role in coordinating emergency preparedness and managing outbreaks and other public health threats in the country. SSBC's Bangar Gabriel highlights these efforts.
The Public Health Institute plays a vital role in emergency preparedness and response, coordinating and managing outbreaks, pandemics, and other public health emergencies. The staffs welcome and honor Dr. Kidienda Moporakech, the new Chief Executive Director responsible for overseeing public health emergencies. He promises to collaborate closely with partners and the Ministry of Health.
For us to do our work, let's start working as National Public Health Institute as of today. As of today, we have our board. We report to the board that is constituted by the President, His Excellency Salva. We are mandated to deliver on this. If we don't, that becomes a failure in our duty.
In a show of support, the chairperson of the SPLM National Women's League, Ada Costa-Mofor, encouraged the staffs and the new executive director to work jointly to improve services and effectively address health emergencies as the country approaches the elections in December.
Allow Dr. Kidienda to create this new institution in a right way. I know things are not easy, but SPLM also is working to bring election that will bring the government that delivers services, not government always talking of revitalize and agreement and sharing of powers. Dr. Kidienda, you are the right man now as SPLM is trying to bring that government, and they will make it to bring the government of people, government that will talk about services of health, education, agriculture.
The National Public Health Institute is part of the global health structure. We have seen what COVID-19 did. And so, as a preparation for the next pandemic, it is now incumbent on every country to have a National Public Health Institute. Representatives from various partners organizations also welcome the decision to introduce new leadership within the Public Health Institute, emphasizing the importance of coordinating efforts to promote a One Health approach.
We, the partners, are together with you, and we appreciate this decision that today the FPHI is established with you as a head. You really demonstrated that you can manage this, and the country actually trusts in you. With what you have done, what you have seen in the past, we are so grateful.
The institution tasked with responsibilities of preventing disease and protecting a healthy population in the Republic of South Sudan. The National Public Institute is working hard to deliver services and deal with emergency health response. Bangar Gabriel, SSBC, Juba.
A high-level delegation comprising members of the National Parliament have inspected Juba Yei Road being rehabilitated by the Rhino Star Construction Company. The rehabilitation of the road, which has recorded frequent accidents and posed economic challenges due to its poor condition, is now shifted from ARC to Rhino Star Construction to accelerate stalled maintenance efforts. A member of the National Parliament, Paul Yuani Bunju, commended both the national and state governments for prioritizing infrastructural development, urging motorists to use the road responsibly. The company's managing director, Peter Temngor, reaffirmed commitment to completing the project on time. Drivers also welcomed the progress, describing it as a boost to trade and transport.
وديامال كان كاب جد عربات وديامال مجرمين بعمل مشاكل كثير في أمبو جد وماله وأنا شكرا قبنا بتاع ولاية عشان ودي الفرصة للجنوبين وشكرا للجنوبين وديم على حياتهم وناس كثير يوم شكرا لنا شكرا ما كتر بتاعي ده قال أنا رئاسي بعدين قاموا مالشات أشياء كلامه كمثلا جنوبي دور كويس
ما لنا نقول فوق ده من معاناة الخطر جدا جدا. يعني ناس كتير عربتهم انكسروا فوقه، ناس كتير جنون فوقه، لأنه السكة دي بطل. لكن الليلة أنا نقول شكرا لرايون ستارز، أنا نقول سوق لما سوق بسيط هو بيتطلب لأجر كتير، لكن هنا بنقول إنه بمساعدة حكومتنا وكسر وزير تنمية الطرق الاتحادي بيتر لامبوس اللي هو أكد لنا إنه وما بيخزلنا كعادة برلمان وما بيخزل جبنا ده هو وقول وقال سكره ما كان ودي ARC لكن هو فيكو كل رايون ستارز كل جاستاك الفوق.
اسم تعرف اسمه أساسا سكره أول مرة أنا قاعد سكره أنا مكتسب دي طبعا تقدر على اللي جوه سكره بيقول بيقولين كانوا سملحين علينا ده أنا مكتسب
الشغل ما شاء الله شغل في الصيانات الطريق ما شاء الله شغل 100% شغل ما في كلام والله بتوع الشارع ده ما شاء الله في شغل.
Cardinal Stephen Ameyu Martin Muller urges South Sudanese to embrace peace. Dr. Ameyu stated this during the celebration of the centenary of Our Lady of Mercy Parish in Ssbc, Payam of Raja County, Western Baragazal State. William Daniel files this report voiced by my colleague Mario Suleiman.
Baragazal State Government joins Catholic Diocese of Wau in commemorating the centenary of Our Lady of Mercy Parish in Ssbc, Payam, Raja County on Sunday. Addressing the festival, the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Juba, Cardinal Dr. Stephen Ameyu Martin, pleads with all government authorities in Greater Baragazal region to continue maintaining peace and stable security to create room for religious and material development in the region.
وأولا بتاع غرب بحر غزال وكذلك بتاع الشمال بتاع بحر غزال. أنا داير أسمع منكم تحفظوا السلام دي. نحن ما دايرين تاني سلاح يكور في محلات دي. ما في داعي الناس يموتوا. هل أنتم اخترتوا بسكة بتاع السلام؟
The Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Wau, the Right Reverend Matthew Remijo Adam, described the participation of the faithful in the centenary celebration as an encouraging development in renewing faith in Jesus Christ.
الاحتفال بتاعنا ب100 سنة مش بس نبتسم الليلة أولاد ميسا نكونوا زعلانين. ابتسام ده يكون فاتح ابتسامات الجاي ل100 سنة القدام. قبلنا مع كاردينال زرعنا شجرة هناك. شجرة ده ما يموت لما نجوا 100 سنة دايرين نشوف شجرة ده بنتج بلا لأنه ده شجرة بلا كان قاعد نسلو في جنبه كله ميسا زي قبل كاردينال عملوا قبل 3 سنة بنجي نلاقي بلا منينا تاني ما بنمشي شمالية لكن كان ما سلينا في جنبه ما زقيناه مويا بيجي بيموت بمعنى إيمان بتاعتنا وقع.
Governor Sharif Daniel Sharif persuades the Catholic Church to continue evangelizing the people in the regions for promoting peace and stability in the region.
هذه المناسبة ليست مناسبة دينية فقط بل هي احتفال بصفحة مهمة من تاريخ الولاية حيث نعلم جميعا مكانة منطقة ديمزبير في تاريخ هذه الولاية. الكاثوليكية كانت دوما ولا تزال سندا لقضايا الشعب ودائما تقف مدافعا عن المظلومين دون النظر لانتمائهم أو خلفيتهم المجتمعية. لذلك ناشد الكنيسة الحفاظ والاستمرار على هذا النهج.
The representative of Northern Bahr el Ghazal State Governor, who is the Minister of Animal Resource, Akolwal, underlines the role of the Catholic Church in propagating peace and peaceful coexistence among all communities in the country.
Today, as our country continues to face challenges, the role of the church remains just as important, if not more important. The church has a unique and powerful position to promote peace, reconciliation, unity among our people. Through its teaching and moral authority,
the centenary celebrations, drawing representatives from across the Catholic Church in the country, is punctuated with the administration of the sacrament of baptism to 69 children. For SSBC News, Mario Suleiman.
Well, that's all what we have for you this hour. From me, Abraham McCann, and the whole team here, we thank you all for watching. Don't forget to join my colleague Alma Martin with the Arabic news at 9 p.m. Bye-bye.